Hey everybody, Lauren Goodrich here with a final update on the Goodrich babies. I know it's been about a month. It's taken about a month to be able to get to do this video. If you hear music in the background, it's the boys' mobile, by the way. Mobile? Whatever. So the kids are a month and a half old. I can hardly believe it. It's been crazy. So let's see here. When I last talked to y'all, we were on hospital day. So we went in that evening with the idea that they were going to start inducing me on Sunday evening, and then I would probably deliver by Monday morning was the ideal timeline. So they did start inducing me about 3 a.m. on Sunday, and I actually did not deliver them until about 8 p.m. on Monday. I think I have those hours right, but I was in labor for about 16 hours, and the doctor was getting a little bit concerned because they have this inducing drug and they have different levels, and I was on the highest level, and she was like, they're still not coming, your water's broken, so I think we need to do a C-section. And Gavin and I completely trust our doctor. She's one that God has done amazing things through. We're so glad that he put her in our lives. And so we told her, okay, we completely trust you. Let's go. Let's have babies. The prep was honestly what took the longest. Getting the babies out, I think, took her all of 2 minutes. But they got me ready, they got Gavin ready. Gavin and I had discussed beforehand if the babies needed to go to the NICU, that he was going to go with them. And so they brought me in and, did all of their stuff. And it was honestly some of the sweetest time that I had with Jesus, because I couldn't do anything. Like, they had the blue sheet up while they were doing all the incisions and blah, blah, blah. And so the only thing I could literally do was sit there and pray, because I couldn't feel anything from like here down, nothing. And so I was just breathing in and out very deeply and just talking to God about what he'd done. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I may actually cry, but it was good. And they handed me Asher first. So technically he's older by like 15 seconds. But they were very good to me, and they brought Asher around, and he was already cleaned up and everything just so I could hold him and touch him. And it was so sweet. And then just moments after that, they brought Joshua around, and I got to hold him too. Hannah and I didn't get to hold as long because he actually needed to go to the NICU right away. They said he was having some struggles breathing. So they had to go give him like a hormone to get his lungs going and whatnot. But Gavin got to hold him too, and so of course he went with Joshua, and I went into the recovery room, and the only thing the babies needed, together, the only thing that they needed was blood sugar. So they got their blood sugar where it needed to be. So then Asher was able to be with Gavin and I in my recovery room. And then Joshua was in NICU for, I think, 2 days. But only 2 days. 36 weeks and only 2 days. So I did get to go see him, I think, on the second day. Because, again, C-section, so I was out for the count for at least 24 hours because I couldn't even get in the wheelchair. But when I went in to see him in the NICU, I totally lost it. I think I made like 6 nurses cry. Because I was just able to hold him, and he was so frail, but at the same time so strong. And I looked at all the other babies in the NICU, and they were all in these incubators and just sensors everywhere and equipment. And I looked at Joshua, and he was essentially underneath a giant blow dryer, and he was hooked up to some stuff, but that was it. I asked the nurse, I was like, what did he, what's been the deal? And she was like, well, yours is what we would call a well baby. And I was kind of like, translation? And she said, well, when yours came in, we got the stuff he needed for his lungs, and ever since then he's been really good. He's so strong. And I was just kind of like, oh, that's awesome. And I was very humbled because all these other little ones are in the NICU, and they are tiny, 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 tiny babies. Like, I mean, just itty bitty. And there's little Joshua who's, you know, sitting under a blow dryer just kind of hanging out and just getting ready to be released, and the only thing that they were waiting was for his O2 level to be what it needed to be. So incredibly humbling. So yeah, and then the third day, Joshua was back with us in our room, and we were able to have both kids, and, you know, the nurses taking care of us and all that kind of stuff. But the whole time, I cannot even tell you how many times the nurses and the doctors would consistently comment on, your babies are so strong. And I was kind of like, well, you know, I mean, I don't know. And they're like, no, you don't get it. Your babies are strong. And it really hit Gavin and I of how special of a situation this was. They were preemies. They were incredibly strong. Only one of them had to go to the NICU, and that was for 2 days. And the nurses kept saying they were so strong. And that's all been because of prayer. Like, look what God has done through your prayers and loving on us and taking this journey with us. So thank you. Thank you so much from Gavin and I. We have been praying for y'all. We love y'all. But we are so incredibly humbled and grateful for your prayers, because it is nothing short of a miracle that these boys were not only taken all the way to 36 weeks, because remember, they said that they were going to come out at the beginning at probably 25, and before that, we weren't even going to be able to keep both of them. They were talking about them dying. So we went from dying to, oh, okay, well, they're just going to deliver early, and they're going to be really weak, and they're going to have tons of time in the NICU, to 36 weeks, and your babies are so strong. That, I don't know. That is an absolute miracle. And so again, just thank you for your prayers, for taking this journey with us. And I just can't say it enough. I'm so excited, and I'm a brand new mama, and I'm completely exhausted and so happy, and we are completely in love with our boys. So actually, I really want to introduce you to them. So we're going to go see them in the NICU. You're going to see the screen fade out because I don't want to make you dizzy with carrying it over there. And then we'll go ahead, and this is our last video together, but please know that Gavin and I are so incredibly grateful for y'all, and we could not have gotten this far without you. So thank you. Know that we still pray for y'all, and probably always will. And yeah, so let's go meet the boys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you when I see ya. God bless everybody. Thank you. I'll see ya. Bye. Okay, and here they are. These are your prayers. So the one on the left is Asher, and the one on the right is Joshua. And they are just as sweet as they can be. And we still can't believe the miracles that they are. Look what your prayers have done. This is what God did. I'm so incredibly grateful. Thank you for your prayers.